Hello everyone, I hope you're all well and welcome to another episode of Shirley Says. I'm Shirley, I'm your host, and there's so many things that are happening that I am super excited about, and I bet you are too. The world is slowly but surely reopening. The salon's not opening, but the light is there. The light is at the end of the tunnel. We're going to be open soon enough, and I am so excited. But I just think you know me, I overthink everything, and I'm kind of getting my head round that we're reopening, and I'm sort of looking back at what we've been doing since lockdown, and I was kind of getting a bit annoyed with myself the other day, and I thought, I'm sure other people are doing this. So here's me. In lockdown, I've had a break from the salon, I've been resting, I've been busy doing loads of wee bits and bobs, been doing all my Shirley Says stuff, and I've just got another routine. We've all kind of got another wee life, which is great. However, I was giving myself a bit of a hard time, in my own head this is, for maybe not achieving more. And I literally had to have a chat with myself the other day and sort of think of all the things that I had done. And in my head, I'm always kind of giving myself a hard time because I feel like I should achieve more, I should have done more, I should be busier. And I'm sure everybody else is thinking exactly the same. We are really good at beating ourselves up, aren't we? I don't know about you, but I am. I'm really good at looking for the negative things, or for thinking I didn't achieve or didn't do as much or didn't work hard enough. I'm really good at being critical. That's what I'm trying to say. Very poorly, but that's what I'm trying to say. How critical can we be of ourselves? And yet, if it was anybody else, we wouldn't do it. So if I was talking to a pal and she said these same exact things that I'm saying to myself, I would have shot her down in flames by now, or shot him down in flames. I'd be telling them, no, you've done this, look at what you've done. But I'd also be saying, but look, you need to have a rest. You need to take it easy, blah, 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 blah. I would always look for the positive in other people. And then I'm really good at being very critical and overanalyzing myself and what I've achieved. So let's stop it. I've decided, let's just stop doing this right now. I'm sure we're all doing this to ourselves. If you wouldn't say it to your friend, you're not allowed to say it to yourself. That is the new phrase. Is that a really easy phrase to learn? I don't think so. I don't think it's an easy thing, but I think it's true. If you wouldn't say it out loud and you wouldn't say it to your pal, you are now no longer allowed to say this to yourself. This is the new Shirley rule. I don't know, I hope it's going to take off. See, I just said something negative. I was about to say I don't think it's going to take off because it's something I've decided it's going to take off. It's going to happen. We're all going to have to get on board with this, because I think negative self-chat or self-talk, would that be how you would word it? Internal chat. Nobody else hears it, obviously. Obvious point there, Shirls. Nobody else hears it. So you get away with saying really not great things to yourself, whilst you would never say it to anyone else. So we're going to have to put an end to this. I think whatever you say to yourself and that internal chat, that conversation continues. Is this just me, or is everybody going to be saying Shirley's finally lost the plot? I think this chat continues through life. So if you start off quite negative, it sort of snowballs and it can really deteriorate quite quickly. Whilst if we say quite positive things and are quite upbeat about stuff, then literally we can turn that around and we can, it snowballs in the opposite direction. Does it go up the hill? Would it go down the hill? It would go up the hill, wouldn't it? Anyway, sideline chats. If anybody can decide whether it's going up a hill or down a hill, let me know. I'm always giving people into trouble in the salon about, don't say that out loud because, you'll start believing it. And I do believe that. See, when somebody said to me recently, oh, my memory is terrible. I've got such a bad memory. And I was thinking, oh, you can't say that. Because if you start saying that repeatedly, I believe, could be wrong, could be right, that the more you say it, you sort of internally start to believe the chat you're saying. So, same goes if you're saying negative stuff. If you start saying negative things like, I'm really rubbish at this, or I'm not good at this, or whatever the chat is about work or relationships or beliefs about what you're telling yourself, surely then the more you say it repetitively, the more you take that on board, maybe subconsciously, and the more you start believing this chat. So, we can do an experiment. We can't just have a chat or listen to it. We're now going to have to do an experiment. The experiment could be, why don't we all try and do the opposite? Because I'm sure there's a lot of people sitting listening to this going, right, first off, Shirley's finally lost the plot. Second off, she's talking absolute nonsense. Haha. If you do think I'm talking nonsense, then you won't mind doing this really easy experiment, which I've literally just made up right now in my head. I've now decided we're all going to do this. Let's prove or disprove this theory, depends which side of the fence you're sitting on. Let's all have really, really positive self-chats for the next, week? Do we think a week's long enough? Let's try a week. Why don't we have a week where we say really nice, kind, let's do funny as well. I'm a big fan of funny. Let's do funny things. Let's say nice, kind things to ourselves. And let's see if we feel better. I mean, really, I was going to say, what would be the outcome of this apart from feeling good? Nothing. So let's have all this positive, fun, upbeat chat. And the minute you say something negative to yourself, you're going to stop yourself and you're going to flip it. And if you wouldn't say it to your friends, you're not allowed to say this any longer. So this is my new thing. We're all going to get on board with it. Not because you want to, not because you're interested, and not because you think, yeah, I'm going to do this. It's because you're either going to prove or disprove my theory. And I think, personally, I believe that the more positive things that you start telling yourself, you're going to start believing it. You're going to start believing the fun, the positive, and inherently, we're going to be happier people. So this is a win-win scenario for everybody who decides they're going to take part in my new experiment. I don't know if I like the word experiment. It sounds like I'm going to start doing some sort of science project on you. This is an experiment of the brain, of the emotions. Right, so that's what we're going to do. I'm quite excited about it because I was so annoyed at myself the other day that I just thought it wasn't until after I'd had all this negative chat in my head, and the reason I feel I had this negative chat in my head was because I hadn't spoken to enough people that day. I think we all are looking forward to lockdown. I'm just going to go off at a tangent here, just in case anyone was wondering. We're going to go out of lockdown and we're all actually super psyched about it now. The reason I think we're psyched, well, the reason I'm psyched, is because I get to chat to more people. I am such a people person. I want to chat to everyone. I really want to hug people. Can we hug, please? Can we hug soon? I know we can't hug right now, but back to the hugging. Let's all start hugging the minute we're allowed to hug. So, We need to have as much chat as possible and as much positive chat. And if you hear somebody with negative chat, everyone's job now is to spin that around. And let's see if we can get people into the positive, fun brain. I'm sure there's another word for it. It's probably not called brain, probably mindset. But that is what we're going to do, because we want people to be happier about the easing of lockdown. And the thing is, we are all going to be happier about it, but it can be quite stressful. So we're all going to support each other and help each other get back into our little lives. And they will be different, granted, and I'm looking forward to that. But we also don't want them to be unnecessarily stressful. And we want it to be like a smooth transition as we possibly can. Life is always full of little blips. That's what my mother always tells me. It's just a blip, Shirley. And I think that's such a good phrase. I love a blip. I don't love a blip, but I love thinking of it as a blip because it makes it feel small and minor. Even at the time you think, this is horrific. So listen to Linda. That's going to be the thing. My mum's Linda, by the way, just in case you think, who's Linda? Listen to Linda. It's a blip. And let's all think of the positive. So, recap. Everyone's job this week is, if you wouldn't say it to your friend, you're not allowed to say it to yourself. No more internal chat. You're going to catch that the second you feel that little thought process, that little thought drop into your head of something negative. You're going to stop it in its tracks and you're going to say something positive immediately. And you're going to imagine Shirley grabbing your thought and throwing it away, this negative thought. We're not doing negative thoughts, we're doing positive. I am super excited about the world very slowly reopening. It's a slow process and it's going to be great. Very excited, very excited. It's going to be so good. I'm looking forward to seeing people. Even if we can't hug, we'll at least be able to see each other. We'll be able to chat. And I always went on about how much I love Zoom calls. I love them. Do I feel like maybe I'm a bit bored of them now? And I want to see people in the flesh. Yes, I want to see people in the flesh. I want to chat to folk. I feel like it's not the same Zoom, is it? I love it. I think it's been great. It's saved lockdown. I think Zoom chats and WhatsApp chats have saved us all, but it's just not the same. So now I'm on a mission to get back into the world, and let's do it in a really positive, upbeat, chirpy little way. And I hope everyone's well. It's going to be great. So take care, stay safe, and if you found this helpful, share it with folk. That would always be good. I would like that. It would make me happy. It would make me happy if the ripple effect is that we could all catch our negative little thoughts and throw them out the window and instantly come up with something positive that you would say to a friend. That's how you're going to gauge this. Okay. I'm going to start rambling on. I'm going to stop rambling on even. And hopefully I will see you lovely people very, very soon. And yeah, review me. If you can be bothered, I would hugely appreciate it. And join me on social media. I'm always about saying something. If you want to join the book club, join the book club. And you don't actually have to join it. You just have to look at Facebook or Instagram. So there's no joining up. Let's not get complicated about this. It's not for us. Okay. Have a great day, people. Hope you're all well. And hopefully see you soon. Bye. Mwah.